glory to God, glory to God, glory to Elohim. This is Minister Saeed Omakdi. Today is the 2nd of Dhul Qaeda. RGY is the sun. Okay, Allah calls you the preferred race, and science confirms that nature agrees with God's decisions. Right? DNA studies have concluded that Africans have the highest concentration of all the basic elements of life in their system that nobody else has. Africans have greater power to fight off diseases than any other people just in the melanin alone. The further you get away from Africa, the weaker the human being becomes. Okay, this character, this disbeliever, okay, this demon woman, Shavonda, made a statement yesterday against the original preferred black man that science has agreed is the greatest selection. Okay. I said the kids need role models. She goes, that's definitely not the black man. I said, what? She said, I'm trolling, relax. Right, so then I tested her. I said, okay, yo, Shavonda likes white cock. And she goes, talk about better. So juvenile, but I expect nothing better. Right? So she's saying that the white man is a better choice as a role model for Black Lives to Matter. Because she expected that. Like, she knows black men are so inherently, innately evil. Like, did you know you was talking to a minister? First of all. Right? Because black men are definitely not that. Talking about the kids need role models. She said they're definitely not that. Right? She expects nothing but juvenile behavior from black men, including ministers. Like, she's been active on my page more than 3 days. How you go to my page and see this right there? This is on my profile. Like, it's so obvious. Allah's chosen minister. So when you coming at a man like me, why don't you ever think about what I'm saying has something to do with scripture? Like, you think I'm just saying these things because I hate black women? Woman, I'm coming from a divine source. RGY is the sun. See, black women are ugly today because they disbelieve in God, and Shavonda is going to be the example. She's saying the white man is a better choice as a role model for Black Lives to Matter. That's what Shavonda is saying. She's saying black men are inherently evil. They cannot be fixed. And then she gonna say, I'm just trolling. So that's why I tested her by saying she likes the white man's cock. And she goes, oh, you know what? This is typical juvenile black man behavior. Like, you're such a psychiatrist or a psychologist. You understand the black man so well. Black men are so evil. So you're going to choose the white man as your role model for your black kids, right? That white man right there who stole your damn baby, right? Killed Jacob Blake. Stomped on the fetus. Burnt your ancestors alive and whipped them into, oblivion. Since black men are inherently evil, then Shavonda has forgiven white people for their evil and took them for role models for her children. You see, Malcolm X would have called her a house nigga. But I'm going to use my new term, the Oreo nigga, the nigga mind. And y'all can check out my lecture on YouTube. The nigga mind is a real mental disease. See, that's one thing she didn't know. She was dealing with a minister over here. Ain't no bitterness for the black woman. I get on both sides because a minister is balanced. She has more forgiveness for the white people, but not her own? How you gonna make a statement like that, Shavonda? The white man could be fixed, but not the black man? Like, you telling me these people who gave black men syphilis, now they want to give you a COVID-19 vaccine to keep killing the black race, the genetically superior race. Black people are genetically superior according to science. And they're just finding more ways to eliminate black people, and you gonna forgive the white man for all this shit, but not your black man? Children of Israel, you better return to God's law and take a lesson from your ignorant cousin, still judging with her own opinion and walking around with a slave name. Did you see her last name? Davis. Who are you? Negro? You gonna forgive the white man who did that to Philando? Talking about typical LOL. I expect that juvenile behavior out of you, black man. She said that to a minister, y'all. That means she don't see no black men as redeemable. See, my knowledge listens so I can see and hear through everything spoken. You didn't play with God's fire, Shavonda. And you think I couldn't see your self-hate? That was your self-hate coming out. You don't know who you are. You don't even know you're an Israelite. You don't even know that you have a covenant over your head. And look at your people just dying. This is little Eli Anton Alvarez. This is your little cousin right here. Your little Moorish cousin. But you don't care because all black men are inherently evil according to you. You little demon woman. We're going to use you as the example today. See, even the mother of Jesus wouldn't have said no shit like Shavonda. Like, you have crossed the boundary when you talk like that. Like, how you gonna say that to a minister? Like, I actually put in work on the front line. I gave up the melons to do this work. RGY, we are a political organization. We stand for the black man, woman, and child. See, Shavonda is why most black mothers ain't shit. Because they see no potential in their own black sons until the white man sees it first. I'm going to just take Young Dolph as the example. I bet Shavonda, I guarantee, Astaghfirullah, she probably listens to some Young Dolph herself. But how many Young Dolphs are on the block right now? Like, I'm talking about potential, right? This is according to Einstein and the laws of physics. Potential energy is made kinetic, meaning you just have to have an idea, a mindset, and then you take that mindset and then you materialize it in product, music, right? If you make incense, you have an idea on how you're going to make the incense. Potential energy is then made kinetic, then you make it into a product. There's so many young people on the block with the mindset of Young Dolph that they just don't have the financial backing. You see, because black women who are proud, and Shavonda was one of those. I'm actually proud to be a single black woman. I actually am happy. She got her little money. She can pay her bills. Like, there's so many black women like her who can actually be helping the black struggle, especially the black man. Like, when you have potential and talent, it shouldn't take the white man to donate to your talent for a black woman to finally want to support. But because women like Shavonda, black women like Shavonda who hate themselves, they won't even donate. Like, there's so many Young Dolphs on the block with the mindset of Young Dolph. But it took the white man to give him millions of dollars before people start listening to his music. You know how many people talk like Young Dolph without a music deal? Where the fuck you at, black woman? Why you ain't donating to them? Why you ain't trying to build them up to be the greatest Young Dolph celebrity? But you over here being proud to be single and black. Negro, please. See, RGY is as bright as the sun, and still black women don't see the potential. Look at the production. RGY, this is a dolo movement right here. The way I give these lectures, the way I present this information, to make it easy for black people, and black women still don't see the potential enough to help build it up and be a part of something great because they hate themselves, right? This is why you never fall for the temptation, but you resist the temptation, like Tupac said, because a woman who don't believe in God can look this ugly. See, Shavonda just became like the staple for most black women in America, because that's how most black women are thinking right now. They don't see no potential in black men at all. So when they have black sons, they looking at their sons the same way. Like they don't know what the fuck to do with him. They don't know what talent he has. But it's not until the white man approves and says, yeah, I think he has potential, then she starts believing, because the white man is her God. So the reality is, my men, resist temptation. We're gonna get on the men because, you know, a hypocrite like Shavonda trying to lie on me will say I'm a bitter black man against a black woman. But no, I get on everybody. So right now we're gonna deal with the 5-year floppers. These are also Abraham's kids. Okay, disbelievers of God. Right? Their followers have become like androids, just like the floppers. So I'm gonna show you what I mean by the 5-year floppers. Let's get into the news.
We can't find our way? How come we can't find ourselves? Why are we debating and arguing over who was right and who was wrong and who got the right religion? You know, stuff like that. Talk about that. Good question.
I would basically say that it's dealing with the mentality. You might call it a post-slave mentality of a person dealing with ego and just wanting to be right. Or we get in tune and turn our culture into a religious aspect as thinking that this is the only truth and there's no other truth but this truth. But if we all was to sit down at a round table and someone would come up with a certain platform and idea as far as showing all the things that we have in common, and we'll find out we all agree that we have the same enemy. We all agree that we are suffering around the country and certain communities and have certain problems, and that the only...
Hey, that's Rob Bourne. He said if someone could bring our problems to a platform to where we can all see where we have common grievances and common agreements, right? That's Sa Neter. That's him. It's already happening right there. This is 2016 though, y'all. So it's already happening, but look what he said.
But if we all was to sit down at a round table and someone would come up with a certain platform and idea as far as showing all the things that we have in common, and we'll find out we all agree that we have the same enemy. The only way that we can solve these problems is if us come together at the table. If we was to put our resources together and leave Allah, whatever you want to call your concept alone, I believe we could be able to build. But to build on a constant back and forth on my God is right, my concept is right, my degrees is right, that's going to always cause confusion, and that's how it's always been. We just have to find our commonality. And that's the reason why I feel like we can't build, because we're not looking at our commonality. We're dealing with the divide and conquer leftover mentality.
Very good point. My answer to that, to the viewership out there, would be simply, I'm gonna keep it real, because black people hate each other. I'm gonna just be real. We hate each other. When I say we hate each other, I don't mean just naturally, we're just meant to be enemies, but I'm saying we have been conditioned. We have been a product of generational conditioning, a campaign of lying and rewriting our history and actually writing us out of history, out of any respectable commentary in history. So a lot of the things that you see as far as our behavior towards one another, whether it's a lack of patronizing each other or hating on each other's platform, is because it is a deep-rooted, socially engineered mind state, and you're seeing the symptoms of that. Yes, granted, we have a great history. Our history is vast. Our history is all over the place. Yes, our seat, or like Khalid Muhammad would say, our throne, our home is in Africa, but the world is our throne. So we have history and artifacts that validate our historicity in Africa and beyond. But see, what has been written and rewritten and distorted about our history, with the image in which we have been taught to see ourselves in, that we have internalized, is the way we see each other right now. So a lot of times, as the people that are already divided, have already been conditioned to hate, with knowledge, we have knowledge without a checked ego, and we don't understand that psychologically we have been damaged for what has happened to us. When you give us knowledge, that's like giving a 17-year-old gang member, the code to launch a missile. He doesn't know what to do with that. The same way when you get people who are psychologically damaged, who have internalized a lot of their hatred, jealousy, envy, you know what I mean? Because of the way we were socialized into that, to be divided against each other, so we never come together with our commonality to strike a blow for a collective cause. This goes back to the slave, like how the brother said, back into that. A lot of times, because our history is vast, our history is multiplicity. We have points of history where we were the Moors. Maybe not the Moors that are here in Harlem with the feathers on, of a Moor Science Temple, but we have history as Moors and throughout the world. We have the history of great empires in Timbuktu. We have history in the Ashanti. We have great history through the tribes like the...
This is Sankofa out of Boston, talking about the nigga mind. So now we got two statements coming from conscious black scholars. I want to make sure I emphasize that. Why we can't unite and what we need. What we need is already before the people. And you're going to see another black scholar who everyone knows in the conscious community. These two characters right here are very popular. Okay? This is 2016 and Sarnetta is still running. But they flopped, and I'm going to tell you why.
Psychologically, we've been damaged, so we can put on a dashiki and put on a symbol and get some knowledge and read books and quote Malcolm X and quote all the great teachers. But if we haven't really gotten to the point where we have confronted the damage that has been done to us psychologically, then we are still a slave via self-hatred. That point of being a slave, we are still a slave in a sense that we still internalize a lot of the residue psychologically that was instilled in us from slavery. So we still exhibit that with knowledge, because a lot of us, we get knowledge, but we don't check our egos, we don't check our narcissistic, psychopathic personalities, our jealousy, our envy, and our self-hatred still abounds and still manifests under the auspices of being conscious, because a lot of us are damaged and we have not fixed the damage in which we are suffering from. So even with knowledge, we become divisive with knowledge. We can't see our knowledge as multiplicity. We can't see that we have a great history that spans the globe. We can't come together on common principle. We have to corner the market on knowledge. We've been so destroyed and have been broken down and castrated in society.
So, in conclusion, the number one problem that cannot unify black people is the nigga mind. And we got two people who are testifying to the nigga mind. And then we also have people like Queen Afua, who came on the Sarnetta's platform, Shahrazad Ali, other big personalities who came on this platform, almost everybody from Hidden Colors in that movie, and still 5 years later we can't get into the round table.
To the point that if we have some knowledge and that's all we have, then you ain't gonna take this from me. You know what I'm saying? This is the truth. Here it is, I'm hated, been castrated in society. You know what I mean?
Down to this, it doesn't matter if you call yourself a Moor, if you call yourself a Hebrew, if you call yourself a 5%er, if you want to be a Christian, a Muslim. These police in NY is not killing us because of none of that. Our economic problems that we have can only be solved through black nationalism. And that means us coming together to bring forth and own our own economy. So the theology part is going to have to come to a time when we sit there and just talk about this amongst ourselves, and when we get our chance to be on black nationalism. Is me calling myself black and claiming this status going to free me? Is that going to help me feed my family? Is that going to help me set up the next generation? No, it's not going to do it. Is me calling myself God, the original black man, as who I am, is that going to free me? It's going to give me a sensibility of like, okay, I have control over it, but no. It is coming together as a collective, and that's the only way that we can be free. There is no other freedom. Peace.
Facts. Facts initiative. Facts.
Good. Now, I have a question for all you brothers.
I was deep, right? Yo, Rob Bourne sounds like he could be a leader with that kind of statement. Like he need to be the one making some orders and giving some commands. Why hasn't Sa Neter elevated this man in 5 years? It's 2021, about to be 2022 in about 10 to 12 hours. Why hasn't Sa Neter elevated this man? We talking about 5 years flopping. Mental murder is to arouse the desire of revolution out the people for dollars until you flop. Like,
let's do this first.
Where is
Come
the
along real
revolution?
quick. I want you to see something. Good
Let's
brother,
continue.
can you pull that carpet? Can you pull that back and let the family see? Point the camera inside of here. Right here. Yeah, because I don't think the family ever knew this or ever saw this. Yeah. Because the family's saying, what happened? What happened? I want y'all to see this. Sa Neter, show the camera what we've been in front of all of these years.
Yeah.
Let them see what we've been in front of all of these years, because people never knew this. So family, we've been standing in front of a 2-story mega mall inside of Harlem, broadcasting solutions and things of that nature to the world for 10 years, where they chased out black businesses. This was the heart of black economics in Harlem. Harlem is the heart of black America. Facts? Huh? Yeah. What's their names? What's their name?
The name of the niggas, they up there at 147th Street.
Say their name.
You understand?
Say it.
Webber and Booker.
Let's say another
Webber and Booker.
and the other name.
And the other name was Giuliani and Disco.
Thank you. So they've attacked us economically. But what I'm here to say is this. The answers that this brother was saying that we're looking for, we're looking at those answers. You understand what I'm saying? The solutions that we've been waiting for already showed up. We're here, right? You watched all of the YouTube channels and you do the counts, right? The numbers, right? You watch all of the tape. You do the numbers too, right?
That's right.
Anybody out here, anybody out here seen us for 10 years? Have y'all been here with us for 10 years since we've been out here? The brother here has been here, right? Can I get a witness? We've been here putting in this work for a decade strong. It's game over, it's already here. So we are who we're looking for. I'm gonna show you how it is. Because inside the audience, you have talented people. Can you come forth, brother?
Bill just said inside the audience we have talented people, but just before that he said that they are the solution to the Black Lives Matter cause. Like, people, y'all should be giving us y'all support, right? Mental murder is to arouse the spirit and the desire of revolution out the people for dollars until you flop. Like, look at these personalities, Red Pill, Sankofa, and Rob Bourne. These three right here, and we're not even talking Polite yet. We had Polite, Shaka Atmos, all of them personalities combined, those 5 right there could have really started something. But what happened?
Yeah, my name is Jamal
Let's go.
Clark, and right now I'm just working as a psych tech at a hospital. I've been following Sa Neter on YouTube, for about a good year. And all you got, Red Pill, Blue Pill, Brother Polite. I like watching all you guys. So I'm just observing all this information, and basically,
Yeah, peace. Name is Noel. And me and a few brothers like myself, we're starting a production company. We're in the process of coming from the ground up. So right now we're in the GoFundMe process. So if you could, please go to GoFundMe.com/OneLens. That's GoFundMe.com/OneLens. All it takes is a $5 donation. Like I said, we're from the ground up. We're a production company. What we're basically doing is we're basically bringing a little bit of humor with a sense of consciousness as well. We'll also be dropping conscious issues, but trying to start a production company with us. Because if you want to do something instead of chasing somebody else to try to do something, why not start something your own? So that's basically the concept that we're trying to bring. So like I said, we in the starting process is GoFundMe.com/OneLens. All it takes is a quick donation. You can help some brothers get started on the ground up.
There you have it. I got another brother right here putting in a lot of work.
All right. My name is Prince Zahi L, and I have 3 websites up. The first one is BlackWallStreetDollars.com. The second one is PurpleLotusHealingArts.com, and the third one is FlyingPhoenixSoaringDragon.com.
This joint turned into a promotional for everybody. Like free promotionals for everybody. Like, see, mental murder is to arouse the desired revolution out the people for dollars. Like look at how Red Pill is calling up more people to just come up and just promote themselves. Like, this shit is like almost like a car auction. People bidding on the next car. Like, this is how this is looking. It's
I have a
looking
fourth
really
one,
nasty.
PrinceZahiL.myecon.net, and that's where we can actually galvanize all of our money. And it's a personal success website. And I just want to leave on one note. Delzino Wilson, one of the black men that has galvanized and built like a mega empire, he said right now it's a $1 trillion game. A $1 trillion game. And the reason why we're suffering is because we're not eating off of our $1 trillion, and we got to look at it as a collective. We must start looking at it and making that wealth turn around and around in a circle so that we can start empire building. Peace.
Peace, peace.
What's going on, yo? My name's Kofi, known as RS. I see the collective movement that's going on economically with everybody involved in Harlem right now. Shout out to Sarnetta, shout out to Black News 102. But I want to touch on a point. You know, if we see each other making moves economically, social economically, we should have the courage to at least champion one movement or one collective an initiative. Exactly. We should have the courage to at least champion one movement or one collective an initiative. Exactly. We should have the courage to at least champion one movement or one collective an initiative. Exactly.
As a bystander, he just said everything that these dudes should have been saying for these last 5 years. See, I'm gonna end it right there. I'm gonna just go ahead and cut the cord, because this is what you call a bystander cutthroat. May Allah bring him to the RGY. See, following and supporting the Mahdi will bring you beyond platinum status, and that's a promise from God. You're gonna flop messing with people like Sarnetta and the gang. Following the Bible was also treason against the prophets. Following the Torah and the gospel is belief in God. Now, I know you don't like hearing that, children of Israel, but the truth is, you don't have the original text. So the only thing you have is the Mahdi at this point. Being a child of Abraham means to be of the covenant. So if you have the blood by default and then openly disrespect Elohim, then Elohim will curse you. That's in the Quran. See, in 5 years, why couldn't they unite under one mission statement like that bystander just said? You had 3 major personalities come up there. And then we don't forget about Polite and Shaka Amos. In 5 years, why couldn't they unite under one mission statement? It's because Allah says, وَكَيْنَهُمْ عَدْوُتْ وَالْبَغْضَاءُ 570. It's because enmity and hate is in between them. That's why. Allah made a covenant with the children of Israel, but every time the Most High would send them someone from the royal family, they would either cast lies on him or kill him. See, the idea of putting all of your eggs in one basket, that's Abraham's children. Trusting in the Lord and believing that this is the chosen one to get us out of captivity. See, all this individualism, my business, my business, my business. This is that separation, 360 degrees of separation type shit. This is that selfish shit that most African Americans, so-called Negroes, children of Abraham, are practicing today. They don't want to put their eggs in one basket. They don't want to believe in the royal family. Where was Black Jesus Minister, the Apostle, or JJ 7000 at the same time that their kinfolk was outside destroying and flopping in the streets when Black News 102 was kicking it like you saw it right there? That was a 2016 video. That was when they was really, really hot. It's because you see, Sa Neter and all of those characters up there they're all Abraham's kids, but they don't believe that. Just because you don't believe it doesn't mean you're not the son of Abraham. Allah says, why couldn't Polite, Red Pill, Rob Bourne, Sankofa, and all of those personalities literally come up with one mission statement to unify Black people? It's because there's enmity and hate between them, that envy and shit. Even they can't get over it. Even they can't get past that. Red Pill is his own personality with his own business, preaching the same thing that Sa Neter is doing. Everybody is doing the same thing, but nobody is trying to have no unified mission to unify Black people with the same message. It's amazing how you got all these different personalities, Sankofa, Rob Bourne, Red Pill, all agreeing to the number one common threat against us. But you can't come up with one mission statement to unify your people to destroy that common threat. There has to be enmity and hate between them. Although on camera they look like they're unified, there's something that you don't see. So may the Most High open up the hearts of those who deserve to be opened. And I pray through the sheaf of my ancestors that he makes me free.